The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Hey now. So, welcome everybody.
Hey, Dane, how you doing?
Good.
Dane, welcome, man. And Jerry, welcome. Joe, welcome. Krellbaugh will be right back. He was having some testicle difficulties. Thank you very much.
Indeed he was.
Hannah-Baum, thank you very much. Yes, I hit 20,000 subs this week.
Oh, I didn't notice. Congratulations.
Thank you. I went to D'Angelo's and had a steak and cheese sub, and then I had 20,000 subscribers, I meant.
Oh.
Horrible. Anyways, while we were backstage in the green room, Joe and I were talking because I have to say, I've been smoking cigars since 2006, and I used to find some great deals. Joe, however, never smoked one cigar, decides he's going to buy cigars.
I smoked them in college.
Greatest. Oh, he did?
Remember, in college, I had the Don Diego. Yeah, we talked about it. I used to smoke
Don
Diego.
Yes, yeah. And he finds the greatest fucking cigar website there is. This thing is great.
And every time I saw a deal, I'd send it to you on either Instagram or Facebook and go, is this good? Because I wanted you to know about it.
Right. No, I know. And I saw the deal, and it was like you don't understand. I don't like you. To me, if someone's just getting back into starting cigars, you're going to start with Connecticut wrappers. To me, when I see a Connecticut wrapper, that's like if I don't feel like smoking, I'll have a Connecticut wrapper. It's like, to me, it's so light. So when I saw it, I was like, I'm not even interested in the cigars. So I didn't even look further into the site because I'm like, oh, these are all breakfast blend cigars.
Well, let me ask you a question. For the noobs out there like me, what is a Connecticut wrapper?
So it's a Connecticut Shade. It's a very light cigar wrapper. They call it Connecticut Shade wrapper. It's actually grown in Connecticut. Now they've taken the seed. They grow it in Ecuador. But it's a very light, somewhat bitter, but a very light flavored cigar. You see, it's like a very light brown wrapper.
Okay.
Whereas when you see the cigars I smoke, they're like medium brown to dark brown. And a lot of the dark browns are Maduro, but they don't have to be. Maduro's a process where they ferment the tobacco to a point where it's sweet. But anyways, so that was that. I want to let everybody know I am 3 days carnivore right now.
How's it going?
Fantastic. I have to say this. I'm 3 days and 0 veg, 0 carbs, no carbs whatsoever. I was very strong today in the gym. I did my cardio like it was nobody's business. But when I ate this morning, I ate at 10 in the morning. And I didn't even think about eating until 5 o'clock when I was like, you know what? I should probably make something so I'm not starving during the show. Because otherwise I wouldn't have eaten. It satiates you. The high amounts of fat that I'm eating is really good. I'm not craving any carbs. In fact, it's like it's amazing how much the fat satiates you if you're eating the right amount of fat. And you'll know when you stop eating and you're like, I'm good. And So that's what I've been doing. I bumped up my fat way up there.
You'll really know when you have to think to yourself, maybe I should eat, even though I don't feel like it.
Yeah, that's when you.
Yeah.
Right, that's how you know you're not craving carbs. Are you craving carbs yet? Craving carbs. I'm not even craving food.
Sometimes I'll go a whole day with nothing. You know, because I'm just not hungry for it. Anything.
I do that every day.
Well, the thing is,
20-hour fast every day.
When you eat carbohydrates, your insulin secretes. You know, it hit me last week. I was like, I figured I was onto something. I made a turkey, Swiss, and bacon roll. I was rolling them up just in the Swiss cheese. I made 5 of them for lunch. 3 hours later, I'm still stuffed. 6 hours later, I was still stuffed. And I thought, if I had that, I could have easily eaten that on bread. But if I ate that on bread, I'd be looking at the clock in 2 hours going, I got to eat again. I'd get starving.
Well, you know how I learned the carbs were like crack addictive wise? And this is when my life, like when I was like, oh, that's maybe what I got to do with a diet. It was years ago. I turn on cable and BBC has on a special where they were doing, they took these 3 quote unquote notorious snackers, right? And they gave one guy a plate that was just all carb. They gave another guy a plate that was half carb, half protein. And they gave the third guy a plate that was all protein. They literally locked them in a jail cell separate from each other for hours. And they came out and they released them and they had a table out with just everything on there. And they went to each guy before they locked him out. Says, you hungry? The guy that had all the carbs said, you better let me the fuck out of here. I'm starving. The guy that had half carb, half protein said, not really, but I could eat. The third guy said, all protein guy said, I can't eat a bite. And they showed them, the 3 of them at the table, basically a buffet table. The 2 that had carbs are pigging out, and the guy that had the high protein is literally just staring at them, and he's not hungry at all. And that's when I was like, maybe I better research this. And I learned about keto and all that shit.
Yeah, it's nuts. It really is. It really was enlightening when I ate that turkey and was like, God, if I had this on bread, I'd be starving. And it was like 6 hours later, and I was like, I'm not even hungry.
Yeah.
It's just
carbs
great.
will fucking kill you. Literally, carbs will fucking kill you.
It's just great. Gentlemen, today I was doing cardio in the gym, and I thought I would give an album a listen to that I never understood. I never got why people listened to it and loved it. People still say it's one of the greatest live albums of all time. I listened to it today again, doing cardio to give it a fair shake. Because when I'm doing cardio, I really can listen to it because otherwise my mind will go crazy. And the album is Strangers in the Night by UFO. And I'm not going to say whether I thought it was good or bad listening to it today, because there was some good points and there was some bad points. But I will say this.
The live one.
Yeah.
I listened to that about a week or 2 ago out in my garage. I have my turntables out there.
Well, here's what I would say about that album. I don't get it. That's what I'll say. I don't get it.
Well,
and silence. Yeah,
you got 2 guitar players ripping it.
There's definitely 2. Yeah, there's great.
You got,
you know what?
Funny on bass.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the problem.
It's not
people. You ever see? You ever listen to Tower of Power?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
And I hear you.
Yeah.
I know what the hell happened.
You ever listen to Tower of Power?
What is it?
Anybody?
The horn section stuff.
I have.
Okay, so no one listens to them.
No.
Can I make that clear? No one. And I'm not disparaging you for it. I can't stand them.
I only know one song.
But it's the greatest musicians that play together. The bass playing of Rocco Pastia, Dave Garibaldi on drums. But why is it that we can't listen to them? Because they have no fucking songs and nobody cares about the singer. And that's what I felt about that Strangers in the Night record. The singing and the songs just aren't there. At least not for me. It has the live version of Lights Out, which is not.
Lights out in London.
I felt like I was Homer Simpson when the guy said Lights Out Chicago, and they're in Chicago filming the album, and the crowd goes wild. Oh, they said my city's name.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to see Kiss in 2000.
Mikey Newman.
Every other sentence, Paul Stanley, Providence. It's like, yeah, we know where.
Let me tell you, Paul Stanley. So I'm listening to, you guys know the song "All Hell's Breaking Loose." Is it me or he's the worst singer in that band?
Yeah, but he's got the toughest job too, singing the high tenor.
He's got the range.
Well, he wants to be Robert Plant, but it's just not good.
He's made a pretty good living at it.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
He's got a bank account.
Yeah. Doesn't make him good.
What
He's
about
terrible.
Rock Bottom?
Everything I'd say is Paul Stanley was great on the first 3 albums, but the part that sells Rock Bottom is when Gene comes in and goes, Rock Bottom!
Oh, I was talking UFO.
I love when you do that.
UFO. Oh, my God. Let me tell you this. As much as I outgrew Kiss, I'd rather listen to Kiss's Rock Bottom 1 million times on a long drive than hear Rock Bottom by UFO once. I don't understand the melodies that guy comes up with in the song. That's a melody? What the hell
Sounds
are
like
they
getting
doing?
better.
Oh,
Pearl Jam.
it's Lights Out.
I'm unfamiliar.
Anyways,
You gotta
it doesn't
listen.
matter. I know I'm going to get
Yeah,
hated
yeah.
on. Look, I'm not here to
Probably
make
fucking
friends, folks. If
No,
you
what-
like UFO and I've upset you,
Dave, who
So
the
be
fuck
it.
cares?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Alright,
no,
move
I
on.
like UFO. They're pretty
Alright.
cool.
I love
Cool.
them.
Great.
Is the Rock Bottom riff the one that goes? Is that
No,
riff?
that's what it goes. Dun dun da 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 do 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 down dun dun da 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 boom.
Fucking game show music.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. It definitely
I'm
it's just.
totally unfamiliar.
I will say this: Rock
Play that
Bottom, I
riff.
think, is the
Hold
song
on.
you can definitely
Play the
hear early Iron Maiden influence. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one.
That's where you were going with this whole thing?
No, I listened to.
What guitar was that? I
Oh,
missed
Love Her All I Can's awesome. Anything on the first 3.
Doctor, please.
Oh
No, not Doctor.
no, I'm telling you.
I thought they had great ballads.
Then there was and I'm not. I don't know. Love to love, please. And then there was some song where at the end where the 2 guys are playing leads over what sounds like a Doors song. And I'm like, what the hell am I listening to? I don't enjoy it. I don't care if somebody out there likes it. I'm not trying to say it sucks. I'm saying it's not for me. I don't care if you like it. Honestly. I haven't done a rant and rave on my show in a while, and I think I might do one this week. I've been getting a lot of comments that I want to rant and rave about.
Why not now?
The
How's the
comments are
cigar
just-
channel going?
I haven't even really posted anything on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on my show down at the White Ash. We're going to do the See You Next Tuesday crew where the 5 of us sitting blindfold, we have the band removed from the cigar and we have to blind taste cigars. But we haven't really worked through all the parts yet. But
That's like
Can't do that one.
that's like when the
Can't
porn
do that with the
stars do
Cavalier.
what's that? Yeah, you can't do it with the Cavalier because it has the gold leaf. Let me say this, guys. Everybody knows when I play out quite a bit, right? And I don't play out for cheap. I won't go out for $100. People are going to pay when I go out, and if depending on how far it is, they're going to pay more. And if I'm at a show and somebody comes up and goes, "Can you play a Neil Young song?" My response is, "Get the fuck away from me." But if they say, "Here's $50, will you play a Neil Young song?" Sure, we'll play Harvest Moon. Now go away. But we'll take their money. So I just want to say, this channel that I have here, Dave's Guitar Channel, I basically started doing lessons so I could know how to play the song, so I can go back and watch myself play it. So when I see people that have comments like, this guy thinks everybody's a professional. I wish he could slow down and call off the string. It's nice to wish, asshole, but I don't care. How about this? If you want me to teach you the song in a slowed down version, put some money in my fucking tip jar or hit the bricks.
Yeah,
Nobody comes on the lot unless they're willing to buy.
Naked, get your shotgun and chase them in the woods.
It's unbelievable how many.
No.
And then there's one guy, he comments on every song asking me if I could to request the same song that has nothing to do with the song that I did. And I'm just like, I read it the first 5 times. There's no way in hell I'm doing it. And now your price is $500 if you want me to do it. So if anyone is watching this show, which no one does that watches my lessons, really. I mean, the majority of my lessons, I usually get a lot of views. But if in the case that they are and they request songs, and I'm going to have to do a rant and rave because they will see it in a rant and rave. The point is, don't ask unless you're willing to spend money, because I don't give a fuck if you love this song.
Dave, I listened. I watched your video on the Tonight's the Night, and here's what I got from it. Stay away from my back door too. The secret is about to unfold, right?
So you learned it.
I know those 2 chords. Before the night's too old. That's all I got out of
That's all you need to know.
Exactly.
If I ever want to, I can.
It's the same song as Sugary. It's the same song as Down by the Seaside by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
It's a 1 to major. It's a 1 to 4 major 7.
I had that 45 when I was 10 or 12 years old or
Full
something.
Cry
I
is the
got that
same
on a
song.
45 and I played it. I was at my grandma's house for the weekend or something. She lived up in Clyde, Ohio. And there was a little record store. I bought Tonight's the Night by Rod Stewart. Played it on my grandma's old hi-fi console stereo thing. And my mom was like, oh, I don't like that song. Because I didn't realize it was about some dude going to get laid and all this and that. And he's got a virgin and Open Your Wings, little girl. And I didn't know any about that. I just thought it was a cool tune.
Well, not that song, but the equivalent would be somebody would comment on that song saying, can you teach Rod Stewart's and then name some fucking B-side to a B-side? And it's like, nobody teaches it right. I don't care. What do I care? Yeah. Oh, no one teaches it right? Oh, are you challenging me? You think I need the fucking challenge? Let me tell you, put $100 in my tip jar. I'll teach you the fucking song. Otherwise, fuck off.
Teach me some guys have all the luck. Wait, is there guitar in that?
Right, but you know what I'm saying?
Don't
it's
bring
like
up
they
Jeff
just say,
Beck again.
like people, like the England Dan and John Ford Coley, somebody commented immediately, can you teach and some song by England Dan and John Ford Coley that I never heard? And that's rare that I don't know some cheesy 70s song. But I'm like, not only do I not know the song, fuck off. I don't care. Oh, you want me to teach it? Good for you. Let me tell you something. Who gives a shit?
I'll get right on
These lessons are going up. These lessons are going up to teach me so I can look to see how to play it. If you're getting something out of that, then you're fucking getting a free ride. But don't start waving to me going, hey, I'm getting a free ride. Can you teach this one? Now you're getting charged double. Now it's $200.
I want to win the Powerball.
This is what I love about you. You got 20,000 subscribers and you don't give a fuck.
No, I don't care.
If you were one of those YouTubers that gave a fuck and just did backflips to every little piece of shit thing, you'd have probably 2 million subscribers, but you don't give a fuck. And that's what I love about you.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm doing it from they're not paying me. And nothing bothers me more. Like when I'm playing at a gig and somebody comes and they just harass me with requests. And I'm like, you can request everything all you want. Number one, you're not hot, so you're not getting the song. Oh, did I just give it? And no, only because I can talk the other guy into it. But no, you're not attractive. And if you were attractive, you're still not putting money in our dish. Get the fuck lost. I don't care. I don't care.
I got 125 subscribers and I was putting videos up there for myself. And when I would get a comment, why aren't you doing this? I was like, who's that? Is there someone out there? Right? Hello? You know, it's like a fucking ghost is in. Get out of here. You know? I don't know.
Yeah. In all honesty, Pete, like This is how I always am. Carbs or no carbs. This is it. I'm like, I don't care. The lessons are up there for me. Oh, you like that lesson? Thank you. I'm glad you said that. Oh, you make everything you play. You know, there are a lot of nice things people say, and I'm always like, thanks. Okay. But as soon as they're like, oh, I love this, but you know, you went a little too fast, and you don't, does this guy not call off the strings? Yeah. Hey, buddy, I don't call off the strings. You want to go to a beginner channel? Go watch Marty fucking Schwartz. Nobody asked you here. There wasn't an.
Here we go.
He's fine, but he's a fine. He's got a great channel.
I love
Go
him.
watch his fucking channel. What the hell are you bothering me? This guy doesn't call off the strings. Yeah, I don't, because you should know how to fucking play the guitar, you fucking jackass. Now hit the bricks.
But you're
Hey, what you should
you're
say,
saying
Dave.
the chord.
Well, what you should say, Dave, is you got the wrong Jew.
Exactly. No, you got the right one. The right one says, look, I want the dough. You want to pay me for my time? I'll teach you the fucking song. You don't want to pay me for my time? You think you're going to name a song that I'm going to do? You have a better chance of playing Powerball. You know? That's all I'm saying. So that was driving me nuts, because one guy actually said, and he seemed like a nice guy. He's like, I don't want to piss you off, but I want to request this song. I said, it doesn't piss me off. I said, but you know, I do have a tip jar. I have a virtual tip jar. Nothing's stopping anybody from putting money in there.
PayPal. Direct link
Yeah,
to
I have PayPal on there, and I have fucking Venmo.
Buy a t-shirt.
Exactly.
Teespring.
Well, it's just like the guy a couple of weeks ago that came in here and he was like, oh, they're not talking about guitars. They're talking about food. Fuck you. Pay me. When you're... The name of the show is the DL show. It's not called some fucking douchebag in the chat show. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, these guys aren't talking music. They're talking fucking food. Oh, hey, we have a genius.
We talk
Now
everything.
get the fuck lost and hit the bricks. And that's my rant.
That's it.
No, that was
That's
a good
it.
one.
All right.
So tonight I have a fun list. We're going to get to the fun list. I want to talk about one more record, but first. But we have a fun list. We have a list. I think, Joe, you sent me this list. Am I not right?
No, you showed this to me, and I was like,
I showed it to you
okay,
today,
it's
but
on
somebody
the
showed
list.
it to me this week.
Not me. No.
Oh,
not
okay.
me.
So it's a list of Reverb's top 20 selling guitars of the year of 2021. I think 2021,
Nice.
maybe 2022. Could be this year.
PRS
I don't really know.
on there.
Now, hold on.
I'm
Are
sorry.
you looking in the chat? No, hold on, because we're going to go through
No,
the
I'm
list
just
20
jumping
down.
the gun. That was my first thought.
All right. Oh, I thought you were reading it. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No.
You may have to post it again for me.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that. But let me
Oh,
just
it's
say
in the
this.
private
So it's going to be it'll be in the private chat. But first of all, I want to talk, we always talk about albums like, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and we talk about, influential records. We had that discussion last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever the piss it was. All the weeks are blending in here. Anyways, I listened to an album the other day in the gym, and I was like, this is probably one of the best metal or hard rock albums. And number one, it uses a lot of different tunings, and all the songs on it are fucking great. The album is is Super Unknown by Soundgarden. That album should be up there in one of the greatest albums of all time.
That's a great fucking album.
It's phenomenal. And Cornell was on his game. Maybe for Cornell, that might be the news of the world for him, because I do think Freddie Mercury had a better voice on Day at the Race. Day at the Races. And I think his voice might be a little bit better on Bad Motorfinger. But Super Unknown is a phenomenal fucking record. Hey, Hugh, what's going on? It's just a great record. I couldn't believe, even Mailman, the song. How many times can you have how many bands have a song where the drummer comes in and goes, hey guys, I got a tune. And it's one of the best tunes on the album. And of course, I'm forgoing the Eagles. They're like the anomaly here. Obviously, Hamlin isn't much of a drummer. Right?
I think Super Unknown is far more musical than Bad Motorfinger, I think.
Yeah, there's some better songs on Bad Motorfinger. I think Room 1,000 Years Wide is probably the best song they do. Oh, that's fucking... And Rusty
I like-
Cage is awesome. And
Jesus Christ.
I think
Pose.
Jesus Christ Pose is great. And Slaves
Spoon
and
Man.
Bulldozers is awesome. Well, Spoon Man's on Super Unknown. And probably the most poppy and my least favorite on that album, even though it's not a bad song. But Limo Wreck and 4th of July is a great song.
Fell on Black Days.
It Fell on Black Days. I mean, it's a great, great record. I mean,
Black
when I
Hole
listened to
Sun.
it, I was in shock going, every fucking
Black
song
Hole.
is My Wave,
Yep.
Let Me Drown.
Yep.
I
What
love
year was that
Mailman.
one? What year?
94, I guess.
It was a
93
shame
or
that they
94.
played Black Hole Sun so much on MTV and the radio.
Yeah.
Because it took away from it. It's
I think
still a great song.
I think the best song on that album is The Day I Tried to Live. That's a great song. Drop the blade, watch the rolling heads. The day I tried to live, I stole a million beggars' change
That's
and
right,
gave
that's
it
right.
to the rich.
Yep.
I said one more time around, won't do
And
it. Oh, it's great.
I tell you,
Rock and roll.
I'm not a big fan of Temple of the Dog, but I tell you, the best song on that album is Pushing Forward Back with Cornell singing on. That's a great tune.
Dane, Speed for High is talking about your TSL. Yeah, no, I'm at Temple of the Dog. I just ignored. There's something about.
There's that one song though. It's like
I know, but who's the other singer?
I don't mind stealing bread.
Eddie
Yeah.
Vedder. I can't stand
I'm going hungry.
Mouth the decadent.
Marble Mouth.
Yeah, but Soundgarden, man.
Pearl Jam.
And I'll tell you another great
Never got into
Soundgarden
them.
song. That the last album they did, what's that called? Down for the Upside.
Yeah.
Burden in My Hand is a fucking great song.
Mhm.
That is a great. And if you say to me, Jimmy Page didn't influence, you can hear Page all over that track. You can hear it on a lot of Soundgarden.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of Jimmy Page influence going on there.
That and Sabbath in some case.
Yeah, more the earlier. I mean, definitely way more Rusty Cage and that record. Bad Motorfinger is more Sabbathy. But once these started getting a little bit that, there's a couple of songs. Is it Limo Wreck that has that open tuned? Anyways, I wanted to bring it up because I think they're overlooked.
It was just a couple of months ago. I was saying
so.
to myself, man, out of all that grunge stuff, I kind of prefer Alice in Chains.
Yeah,
'Cause I
like
listened to all
Alice in
those
Chains.
Alice in Chains songs, and they had so many on the radio. I'm like, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good
They
one.
were
And-
great.
yeah.
They were great.
So it's
You know,
kind of a coin
They
flip.
were even good acoustic. That Jar of Flies record's fucking great. And you know what
The
song I always
first
loved
album-
was "Hate to." The song I liked the most, I think Lane Staley wrote, which is "Hate to Feel."
That was on Dirt, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great song.
The
What
first album,
Really
Facelift. The best song on there is "Sea of Sorrow." I like that one.
Sea of Sorrow's good. I Know Something About You's good. I like Bleed the Freak.
Man in the Box is kind of.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
We
good.
Die Young is awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny, but they always start with death, huh? Because We Die Young's the opening track, and then the next album, Them Bones.
Dirt. Yeah, Them Bones.
I feel
What was
so
that Cure album
alone.
that started that way? The Cure.
That's
There was a record they put out a long, long time ago, and the first line of the song is "It doesn't matter if we all die" or something.
well, the first Dark album I think was Faith. Right? There's a
Pornography, I think,
trilogy.
was the
Faith,
album.
Pornography was the
Yeah.
second of the
First
Darks,
line,
and then
Eat dog, eat dog, or whatever.
no, Dog Eat Dog I think is on the top
Oh yeah, you're right.
with Banana Fish Bones, and
yeah,
they're a great band.
Never gotten to The Cure.
Oh, let me tell you, if you never gotten to The Cure, just listen to the album straight through, Disintegration. That is a dark album beautifully produced, and some of the best songs and interesting instrumentation. I love the bass, the use of the bass six. It's great. Fascination Street, the song Disintegration, Prayers for Rain.
Robert Smith never jammed through bar chords. He was always single note, little melodies.
Great stuff.
Everything.
It's great.
Never saw him.
And you know what's funny? What's funny is the album after that, which was Wish, which I thought was a terribly poppy album with Friday, I'm in Love, and High was on that record. There were four outtakes to that record that are better than every song on that album. If you have, there's an outtake album called Join the Dots. It's all the singles and outtakes. And there's 4 songs from the Wish album where I'm like, it's a better EP than that as an album. I never understood that. Halo, Play for Today, Twilight Garden, and I'll never remember the 4th one. I can't believe I named those 3 off the top of my head. I bet you Hugh would know them, but those are great, great songs. And there was some outtakes to Disintegration that was good. Babel. I don't remember the other one. I wait for you. I always.
They're out touring right now.
They're great. It's a great fucking band.
Robert Smith still got the big, messy, bad hair day thing, but it's gray. His hair is like gray now.
And isn't Reeves Gabrels playing with them now?
Yeah. Yeah, he has for a long time.
Unreal.
And they've got new songs out.
Well, he can't play for Bowie anymore.
Oh, yeah. Bowie died.
Yeah. 5 years ago. Very poignant. Anyway.
But yeah, Reeves Gabrels. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Disintegration's a great album. I would put Disintegration. Let me ask you this question. What do you think the best album of the 90s was in the hard rock genre?
It's got to be one of those Seattle grunge things, probably.
Well, you know me, I'm a big proponent of that King's X album in 1990. I think
you think that King's X album is better than? Is that better than 24/7 Spies, Strength in Numbers?
Oh well, I was going to bring up Spies as well. It's like I was totally into Spies. Let's see.
I'll tell you,
but that King's X album I think was 89, so it's out of the discussion. I think
the best album of the 90s in the hard rock genre would be Corrosion of Conformity, Blind.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned that before.
I think we listened to it once before. Joe, you remember you listened to that record?
Yeah.
It's a great album.
We were giving each other records as homework.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about that, but what if metal's not part of it? What if it's open, just the best album of the 90s?
Well, you mentioned Super Unknown. That's great. Definitely there.
That's what made me think of it, because I was like, that would be in my top 5 of the 90s.
How much is this? Actually, how much?
Well, I just found a list, the greatest metal albums of the 90s.
Oh, you are a genius. Let me just say this. If it
kill each other with this one. Shit.
If it wasn't metal, I just say this. My favorite album of the 90s is named to sound like a metal album, but it wasn't metal.
I mean, there's
Depeche
a lot
Mode,
of stuff that I
Violator.
wouldn't even know.
Faith No More, Angel Dust was a good album.
Midlife Crisis is a good tune. The rest of that album I found hard to swallow.
Oh, I love RV.
Oh, come on. You put that as 7, 6?
All right. Yeah, for me, like I said, Depeche Mode, Violator would be for the decade. However, if it was metal, for me, it's Corrosion of Conformity, probably tied with 24/7 Spies, Strength in Numbers. And the funny thing is, the Corrosion of Conformity album afterwards, that was the bigger album, Deliverance, is one of the worst. It's terrible. All right, Joe, let's go. What's the highest number?
Number 30 on this list?
Oh, it's a 30 list. Okay, let's go. What's 30?
Let's see.
Are we going to do the guitar?
Rusted Angel from 1999.
Oh.
What is it?
Darkane, Darkane.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I.
Oh, these gonna be friggin' death metal bands.
But it looks like they got everything in there. Oh my goodness! Now this fucking thing's doing what my computer.
We're not going to know any of them.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I won't know.
You won't. Yeah, that's number 30.
Go. Name somebody we know on this list.
Well, I've heard of the number 29, Power Man 5000 tonight.
Dude, we opened for those guys at the Whiskey. They had one song that I recognize, and it's the one that goes. I actually heard it today. It goes, "This is what it's like when worlds collide." Dun, 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 dun,
This is
dun,
what
dun,
it's.
dun, dun,
This is
dun.
what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. Can you guys name the movie?
It's Rob Zombie's brother, I think, is the
I
lead
know
singer
that
of Power
movie.
Man 5000.
What is it?
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. John Goodman says the line.
Oh,
Fuck.
uh,
Big Lebowski.
Exactly.
The big fuck. That is a great fucking movie. All right, number
Oh,
28.
it's a great album, Mikey Newman. Great album.
Cradle of Filth, Cruelty and the Beast.
Nope.
Oh, Cradle of
no,
Filth.
no.
I've heard of the
Right.
band.
We got number
heard of
27
them.
coming up. Tell me, let's see if we. Oh, fucking computer. This fucking thing's doing what my work computer does. It doesn't want to copy and paste. Hold on.
Cradle of Filth is one of those bands that
Oh,
when
you
you
motherless
write out their
motherfucker.
name. Cradle of
Asian
Filth,
American
it
is the
looks
preferred
like Ivy, or
nomenclature,
it looks
dude.
like-
Asian
yeah.
American. Walter, the Chinaman pissed on my rug. Asian American, dude.
That's
That is the preferred
27.
nomenclature.
Exeter, Slaughter in the Vatican.
Christ.
Let's see. Then we have.
It says ex hoarder. Is it?
I don't
Remember
even know how to say
Exodore
most
on?
of
Remember
these.
Exodore on Mork and Mindy?
yeah, Exodore.
Number 26, Entombed,
Great
Left Hand
character.
Path. Finally, coming in at number 25 is a band I know. First band I know.
Okay.
And we got Anthrax, Persistence of Time from 1990.
That was 90? I think
That's what I just thought.
They did Got the Time on that record, right? The Joe Jackson cover.
Yep.
Yeah. All
Wow.
right, coming in at number 24. Hey, let me just say it. Hey.
Isn't Antisocial on that album too?
I thought
No,
Antisocial
that's
was early.
before.
That's
Before.
early.
That's yeah.
Antisocial
got-
is like when they did Cry for the Indians,
Yeah,
right? Around that era.
You're antisocial.
Yeah.
The
Immortal.
24, Immortal, at the heart of winter. All right, we got number 23, Deaf, Human. Not a real fan.
Well, I remember Death. Chuck Schuldiner,
Yeah,
the
Schulnider.
guitar.
22, Dismember, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. Coming in at 21, a band we all know. Dave, what do you think about this? Top 30 metal albums. We've got Judas Priest, Painkiller.
Kind of a weak album for them, but
That tells you how good the 90s were in metal, I guess, huh?
Well, we'll get to some.
is Bad Motorfinger on that?
I would put all of Megadeth's 90 albums in there first, in
Yeah,
the
what about
top
Rust in
5.
Peace? Yeah, Rust in
Yeah.
Peace, 1990.
Machine Head, Burn My Eyes.
98, I think that was.
Don't even
These
know who
bands
that
I'm starting
is.
to notice they have very enlightening, uplifting fucking titles for their
Carcass,
albums.
Necrotism.
This,
I've heard of
Scamping,
Carcass.
The Insalubrious.
Hatebreed, Satisfaction is the Death of Desire.
I've heard of them.
Here's a
Xenopunk.
band. I
Yeah,
know.
Hatebreed. They're huge.
This is a good band. We got
Turbo Lover was 86.
17, Deftones, Around the Fur.
Oh, great fucking band. But you got to tell me, White Pony better be in this list.
What's White Pony?
It's the album before. Oh, no,
Oh.
it's after. Sorry, it's after. It's 2000, not 90. Oh, Around the Fur is the album before.
Is Strapping Young Lad, City.
That's Devin Townsend.
Yeah, he just came out with a new album this week. Okay, here's a band we all know. I think this was a good album too. What do you think, Dave? We got number 15, Skid Row, Slave to the Grind.
I like those guys.
I like the first album better.
I like Slave.
Which
to the
one had
Grind
Monkey Business?
Second
This one.
Yeah, I like that one.
It was their sophomore album, and they didn't give a shit. They could have gone with the whole poppy thing, and they went heavier. That's what I liked about it.
Here comes number 14. Korn, Follow the Leader.
That's their second
I was never
album,
into
right?
Korn.
I thought the first album was better.
Now, number 13, you know I'm gonna
Deftones are
fucking love
awesome.
this one. I'll be on this one all fucking day. Sleep, Holy Mountain.
Oh, I have that album.
Great fucking album.
Sludge
I've never
metal.
heard of it.
Sludge
I've never
metal.
heard
Well,
of it.
that's Doom. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Now we got number 12. Never heard of them. Obituary, Cause of Death.
I've heard of Obituary, but never.
Now,
heard
here's a
them.
band I think a lot of people have heard of. Coming in at number 11, Metallica.
Never heard of them.
Well, you
So
can't
what-
deny how successful that album was, but
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Oh, I don't like it. But to say it's number 11, I'd say, okay, so far.
All right. Now we have the top 10 coming in at number 10. Typo Negative, World Coming Down from 1999.
I never like that. band.
no, I like Typo Negative, and I think harder, deeper. That first one is excellent. Oh my god, and Bloody Kisses was their big breakout.
Number 9 is another band I think we're all familiar with, Slipknot.
Fantastic. That album has Spit It Out.
They don't say any of the tracks, but
Yeah.
I'll
it's
take
great.
your word for
Great.
it. Number 8 is Emperor, Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk.
Release
Agreed,
the
Mike
Emperor.
Engelman. Emperor.
I never heard. Do you know who they are?
No, but the
Emperor
name of the album
Ming.
is absolutely absurd. Like you can
Okay.
tell these
Emperor
guys
Ming.
were playing Dungeons and Dragons when
They're from Sweden.
you guys want to put a band together? We'll call it Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk.
All right.
And
Number
then their
7.
friend said, "Why don't you call it Fag?" Thank you, folks.
Number
We'll be shut down. We'll be shut down shortly.
very shortly. Number 7, Meshuggah, Destroy, Erase, Improve.
I've heard of them.
I like Meshuggah. I don't know the album.
You don't like Meshuggah? You're on the Carnivore.
All right. Number 6.
Awful. First of all, Meshuggah's a Yiddish slang.
Yeah.
Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss.
Yeah.
I can give it take Slayer.
I
it's
like a
I
few
like
songs
some
by
stuff.
them. I've never been a huge fan. Number 5, I think they were in this before, but maybe I'm mistaken because it was a long day. Cannibal Corpse, The Bleeding.
Oh no, that's the first entry from Cannibal Corpse.
Okay.
The Bleeding. Every fucking record so far sounds like a horror movie.
Doesn't it? Number
Isn't that the
4.
idea?
I do love this album, and I will say I deserves to be on this list. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power from 1992.
Great.
I like
record.
Cowboys. I like Cowboys better.
I like Cowboys better, but Vulgar's very good.
I love this album. I don't know. I've never. Weird thing is, I never really considered it to be metal. I guess it is. White Zombie, Astro Creep at number 3.
Yeah, I gotta say they constantly play the two songs, Black Sunshine and 1965, Thunder Kiss 1965, constantly on Slipknot radio. Then I have to stop listening to Slipknot radio and start listening to live albums on YouTube because I can't take it anymore.
I actually, you know how I learned about White Zombie? From the opening of ECW when it used to be on MSG channel. It's like,
Well,
what is that
I learned
song
about
they're playing?
back in day Headbangers Ball, where they debuted Black Sunshine.
We're at number 2. At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul.
They ranked high, huh?
I don't know who they are. I know I've heard of this next band. I don't know that I've ever heard any song.
That's number
but
2.
That's number 2. Number 1
Morbid Angel.
is Sepultura, Chaos AD.
That was supposed to be a good album. I couldn't tell you a song off.
I think some of those guys lived here in Phoenix.
They were initially, weren't they Brazilian or something?
Brazil.
Sepultura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guitar player ended up creating his own band, Soulfly. That was supposed to be good. I just never followed it, and it's like.
So years ago, this quick story. Then we're going to go to the other list. My brother gets married in Vegas. Me and two of my buddies, we're in the bar drinking bourbon, smoking cigars. We decide we're going to go to a strip club at 4 a.m. So we go, we're all sitting there, and this girl walks up to me and she goes, "Your buddy is so cool." I said, "Oh, okay, thanks." She's like, "I mean, he's so down to earth for being in Sepultura and everything."
Yeah.
I said, "He's in Sepultura?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "Aren't they Brazilian?" She's like, "I don't know. He's your friend."
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, folks. Have a good night. We're out of here.
Thank you very much. Good night.
We've had enough. All right. So going to this other list. So now I could have sworn this was Joe. He says no. Somebody, oh, it wasn't. It might have been Dwight Chapin, who also smoked cigars and messaged me this. Reverb has the 20 best-selling guitars. And let's just start right in. You guys see it in the chat, in the private chat?
Yeah.
Number 20 is the PRS CE. Now, I don't know because Reverb is a used marketplace.
Yeah.
And
like
the
an
PRS
eBay for
CE at
guitars.
one point was made by World Manufacturing. And the World Manufacturing, and I don't know if World is still involved with PRS. I think they are, but they make a fantastic guitar. Whether you like, basically it's like they make the PRS shape,
Yeah.
But I guess they're popular. They're selling on Reverb.
Wait, are you sure you're not confusing that with the SE? The CE, I believe, is still American. It's like
No, you're right.
$2,000.
You're right. You're right. I
Yeah.
am confusing with the SE.
The CE, I believe, is the bolt-on neck version of a PRS.
Yeah, they were going for like 2,000. They're probably going
Right.
for
It's
a little
it's
more
down the
right
list too. But you know why?
Huh.
Because they have it written as PRS CE, when really it should be written as Paul Reed Smith CE. Because the name of the company is Paul Reed Smith on the logo on the headstocks, and on the cheaper ones it's PRS.
They're starting to put the Paul Reed Smith signature on the cheap
Oh,
ones
okay.
too.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Mikey Newman says there's no PRS made in Korea. But this is the used market. So I wouldn't be surprised if people were looking for the used ones. Yeah, Court's a good company. They have him in Indonesia. He's been all over the place, the guy that owns Court. 19, here's the thing. 19 and on this list that was handed to me, 19 and 17 seem to be the same. So I'm going to assume 19 is the Telecaster. And that was where the mistake was. 19 is a Fender American Standard Telecaster.
I would figure it'd be higher.
What is that guitar you have there?
Make it full. Make them
This is
full
the
screen.
Squire Paranormal.
Oh, it is. We haven't gotten it
Really?
yet.
You got
Well, we'll
that?
get there next.
Is that
You're
is that
jumping-
Jaguar Telecaster.
Hold on, you're jumping the gun. We'll show that in 1 sec, because let me just say this about the Fender American Standard Telecaster, even though it says strap, but we know it's Telly. It's a great instrument. I could see people selling those. Now come back with that, Dane. Where are you going? How can you not? So number 18 is the guitar. I'm gonna full screen you, Dane, while I talk over your image.
Okay.
The number 18 guitar is this guitar right here. This is the Squire Paranormal. Actually, this is not the. He's holding a Paranormal, but it's not the guitar that's the best selling.
It's not the,
The best selling is a Squire Paranormal Baritone Cabronita Telecaster.
Yeah, this is a Jaguar with all the Telecaster appointments.
Right. Good looking guitar. But the Cabronita Baritone, that sounds interesting to me. That's funny, Elroy. So number 17 is the Fender American Standard Stratocaster. Look.
I thought it would be higher.
Oh, you're still full screen. I'm sorry. So it's funny because
It looks like Garth now.
it's a fine guitar. Because he has glasses on.
Yeah. Dane's World. Dane's World. Excellent.
Oh man, that'd be a great theme to your channel. Now we just got to pay
what I
Krellbach
need.
royalties. I'm kidding.
You're gonna pay fucking Kraft for the cheese.
Ooh. All right. So number 16 is the Squire J. Mascis Jazz Master. Now, I don't know if anyone here knows who J. Mascis is except Jerry.
Dinosaur Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Green
Jerry
Magnet
would know.
School.
Yeah.
He's pretty good,
uh,
man. He's
yeah.
pretty good. He, you know,
the people that like J. Mascis also used to like Bob Mould a lot, who I love.
yeah.
You
Oh,
never
Bob
hear-
Mould's excellent.
I was
And
a Husker Du fan.
and I love the Sugar album that he did.
Yeah, Sugar's good.
And I like his Black Sheets
His
of Rain
solo.
solo record. He's excellent. Bob Mould's excellent.
And Workbook was the other solo album. Man.
In fact, on my channel, there are 2 lessons on 2 different Sugar songs. And if you watch it, folks, don't forget to hit my tip jar. No, I'm kidding. You can watch it, folks. They were for me. All right. So number 15 is the cheapest guitar in the Squire line. It's $100. We used to call this, when I worked at West LA Music, the signature guitar, because if somebody needed to sign a guitar, you grab a Squire Affinity and have them write all over it.
And
Squire Affinity
charge
series.
3 times the amount.
Number 15. All right, Larry Talbot, have a great night. So here we go. What is this? A Tele Affinity?
Yeah. Same thing. I
Well, I think that's actually going to come up in the list a little later.
No such
That's
thing
actually-
as a bad guitar made nowadays, man. I mean, the cheapest of cheap was still pretty good, as long as they're made by a name company.
I watched this guy today gloat. Oh, you have a Squire there too, gloating over
It's a bullet.
what's the brand that Toman sells?
Oh,
Harley
Harley
Benton.
Benton.
Yeah, Hardy Ben.
Yeah.
Who
Also,
is
Some
it
good
today?
stuff.
A little break real quick from this list. I haven't bought a pedal in a long time. And they just came up with a pedal that I want. So I will be buying a pedal within the next week or 2, folks, just so you all know.
Oh my.
The pedal I will be buying is the Soldano SLO pedal.
Oh, you getting that?
I have to.
Oh, you better do a video.
The reason why I have to
Yeah,
is
I wanna
I
know
went
about
from the first Marshall type distortion I used on my Fender was the Wampler Plextor. No, not the Plextortion. What is it called? It's the red one. I forget what it's even called. And then I got, what the hell is that pedal called? And then I got the Angry Charlie. And I've been using the Angry Charlie. I then bought the Bombastortion from Jeff Coleman, which Steve Lukather swore up and down, and I hated it. So I went back to the Angry Charlie. But now this thing sounds fucking fantastic. Janice Lala, welcome. Yeah, the SLO pedal, it just from what I heard, no, it wasn't called the Plexi Drive. Anybody know what the red fucking Wampler pedal is called? I don't know why I'm blanking on this thing. It used to come as a double pedal, then a single pedal. You know why I hated it? In the middle of me playing, the gain knob would be turned, it'd start moving. Any vibration in the room, the Wampler knobs are fucking doing a dance.
Pinnacle?
The Pinnacle. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
just saw that. And Pinnacle Deluxe is
The Pinnacle. Yeah, the Pinnacle pedal. And it was good until I heard the Angry Charlie. The Angry Charlie blew it away. I bought the Bombastortion and I didn't dig it. And then, so I'm thinking this SLO is going to be the pedal to go with. Because the guy who did the demo of it just,
What
he
demo?
plugged to a clean amp. It was some guy, I don't know who he is. Good player.
What's the channel?
I don't even know.
And you want tips in the fucking tip jar.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my tip doesn't.
And you want to be
wasn't-
my
my
latex
tip is-
salesman.
You're gonna
Right,
get the tip of your dick in that fucking jar.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you.
I probably
I'll post
watched it. No.
Oh, let me just see here. Soldano SLO pedal. Video is no,
Just go to your history.
not Riffs and Beards. Michael Nelson, and that's his
Dan
channel.
Leggett? Oh, okay.
Michael Nelson is the name. It's Michael Nelson. I will share his video with you guys. Once I click on it.
Jeez.
This is
I
the
may have to stop playing guitar a little more and get that pedal because I always wanted to get an SLO, period, back in the day. And
It
just
sounds
couldn't
good.
afford it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people.
Well, it just came
That are
out, so
reviewing
every
that now.
asshole is doing a video on it. It was like 4,000 videos dropped at once on the same day. And then what happened was I have a buddy that owns a shop in Plymouth who sells pedals. And he posted it on Instagram, and I said, "How much?" He tells me, and I go, "Give me a week or two, and I'll come by." I have to. I'm still working out of my head if I want it, and because I have a closet filled with pedals that are not even being used on my pedal boards. But whatever, we'll see.
Buy it off of Sweetwater so you can send it back if you don't like it.
Oh no, I just go down and play it at his place.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when you buy from Sweetwater, you're buying a relationship. Hey, Dave. I was calling a couple of weeks later to find out if you're really enjoying that product. If there's anything
I yelled
else
at
you
one of
need.
those guys.
If there's anything else I need, well, I'm running low on lube. You happen to catch me with my pants around my ankles. Thanks for calling. All right. Number 14 is the Squire Classic Vibe 60s Jazzmaster. Yeah, Behringer version, exactly. Squire Classic Vibe 60s Jazzmaster, folks. Decent guitars.
Classic vibes are pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, number 13, the one that beat it out, is also a Squire Classic Vibe 50s Telecaster.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they say 50s Telecaster, this is what bothers me. They give the appointments that the 50s would have. Oh, what does he have? That's a Squire.
For some reason, I think this would be a 60s, a classic vibe 60s.
I
No,
just wish
that's
they would
70s.
put 20.
Early
I wish
70s.
they would put 22 frets on the
That's a
gotta make
72.
You got to
Yeah.
make him full screen when he's got a guitar.
Actually, that doesn't even. Hold on.
No
Thin
new
line
guitar
was
should.
69, but the thin line didn't come with those wide range pickups.
No new guitar should come with less than 22 frets.
The thin line was
I'm sorry.
69 for sure. 72 was the custom in the what was the other one called?
Telecaster
72
Deluxe, I think, but it's like
the deluxe,
the
exactly.
vintage
The
vibe.
heads.
You think it was they're
What's that?
both 72,
72. Yeah, that's when they were introduced.
and that one's 69. But that one
Six-
typically would be like a mahogany, and you're right. It would have smaller.
It would have the regular pickups. They didn't make the wide range, I don't think, till 72.
You know what this proves all these Squires?
Like the reimagination of things, or do the
And you know these wide range that they do reissues of are not the real wide range pickups. They're
What
not
are
made they're not made the same way. They're just made to look like them.
yeah, they look alike.
Yeah, the original wide range, I forget what they're very
Oh, yeah,
detailed.
they got the slugs, up
Exactly.
And so having all these Squires on this list, it proves one thing. When Fender moved their operations to Japan in the early 80s and said, hey, let's just put out an inexpensive brand and call it Squire, because we already own the string manufacturer that was called Squire. That was the best corporate guitar decision ever made.
Yeah, those
As far as
Japanese
how much
Squire
money they're gonna
bullets
make
were.
selling Squires, because there's billions of those things.
I had a Japanese Squire bullet.
And
That
those
was my first
early
guitar.
Japanese Squires came out of the same Fuji Gen factory. Yeah.
Excellent guitars. Oh my God.
Mhm.
$169 it cost me back in the day, 1984.
The problem in the 2000s were with the Japanese Fenders, they were putting tiny frets on them on purpose
Yeah, I hate tiny frets.
because they didn't want them to be too good, because otherwise they would have been better than the USA stuff. Number
they made them
12
do
is
that.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with this guitar. This is like a Les Paul kind of looking guitar. It's the ESP LTD EC1000.
Mhm.
So this is the
I think I might
Korean
have
version.
one of those.
Oh, you do? Excellent.
It's like show and tell over there. Yeah, that's like $1,100 new.
Oh, they go for that much now?
I did a Google search. The ESP limited EC 1000, $1,099.
Well, I don't know what this is.
It's got a volute.
That's a Schecter.
Oh, it's a Schecter. But this is a Schecter Classic. This isn't it. I think I have one now.
Yeah, but an EC would look like a Les Paul. It's a single cut.
I never liked Schecter necks. I mean, I like a chunky neck, but it's got a shape or feel to it that doesn't feel right to me. That's why I've never owned a Schecter.
Yeah, to me, I just don't. I don't like. I like Strats. I like Tellys. What else do I need? That thing with the fancy vines? Nah. Anyways, the next guitar, if he's still going to try to find that guitar, then the EC 1000s is their top of the line LTD. The is it Gibson?
Killer.
Number 11 is Gibson Les Paul Classic. Now, is there a new version of the Classic? Because the Classic was basically like a 60s style guitar made by Fender. I know they used to put the ceramic pickups in the Classic. Is that what they're saying that is selling, or is there a new Les Paul Classic? Can somebody find out?
Man, that's like a $2,500 guitar right there.
Les Paul Classic?
Yeah.
What new are the new or used?
I think it's new.
Because I remember when they discontinued the Classic, and I don't know if they brought it back.
They're just telling me typically $2,499.
All right.
New?
Because it's very strange for them because this is the list they say because they don't say like what years, like because they could say between.
Well, right
years.
now
All
I'm looking at one on Reverb and it's $2,299.
Yeah, I think it's that's an old one. Does it have does the pickguard say 1960s on it? 1960.
I can't see.
Oh. All right, number 10 on this list, folks, is a PRS SE Custom 24. The 24 fret, I guess now made in Indonesia, but where at one time was made by World Manufacturing. And if it's on Reverb, it might be that they're looking for the World Manufacturing.
Yeah, you can't beat those. I had that Santana,
which is Indonesia,
guitar that I sold.
Yeah, that
And,
PRS
that was an
SE is an
excellent player.
Indonesia guitar, Cortec out of Indonesia.
Right, I understand, but this is Reverb's top selling guitars, which Reverb is a used market.
Okay.
So I'm sure there are more Korean versions of that guitar than. So Speed for Hire says the Classic's a slightly stripped down standard. It was lower than the standard, but when it came out, it was basically like a 60s. It was, they had the gold top Classic. They had it in black. The pickguard said 1960 on it. It was them trying to, I don't know, it had those hot pickups on it too. But visually, if you change the pickguard from 1960, you couldn't tell the difference.
I will say one thing about those PRS SEs made in Korea. The electronics are junk on them. It's like pickups were awful in mine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a guitar. Even I've owned many USA guitars. I've changed every pickup on every guitar.
And open up the cavity. The soldering is a disaster too. I had to resolder everything.
They were rushed through them. Although those SEs came out and they immediately sold out, and so they had to put a mad rush on getting the next batch of them built. And so you see a lot that have little paint runs in them and stuff.
Number 9 is the Squier Affinity Telecaster, which Dane showed us just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, everybody wants a telly.
I love tellies. Fun to play.
I'm
All right,
surprised
Janice.
there's no classic vibes on here.
There's two of them.
The Squier Classic Vibe
I'm
60s.
half asleep. It was a long day.
No, you're fully asleep.
On this list, number 6 and number 7 have me baffled.
Okay, well we'll get there in just a moment. Number 8 is the Fender American Professional 2 Telecaster. This guitar kind of looks like a 52 reissue with an uglier neck. Not a great guitar. I wouldn't buy it. I don't know. They keep trying to improve something that they fucking had right from the beginning. What the hell is their problem? Make a fucking Telecaster like you did in the 50s. And that's it. Call it a fucking day. This
Put
one
22
has
frets
abalone
on.
inlays. Fuck you with your abalone.
Baloney.
Baloney. Yeah.
Number 7 is the Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s. So the 50s is supposedly, which never really satisfies me, is the fatter
Okay.
neck.
So just for the hell of it, now read off number 6.
The Gibson Les...
It
Oh, it
takes
should
up
be
2
60s.
places.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You know what's weird? It should be 60. One of them is 60s.
And
Yeah, it
I can
doesn't
explain this. People are buying Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s because it's the most inexpensive American-made Gibson that you can get your hands on. And you can get them for $600, $700, $800. So people on Reverb are buying them up.
There's no
so
way
that
you
they
can get
have
that
a
guitar
Les
for
Paul
that price.
Standard, and they got those big fat 50s necks on there that nobody
There
likes.
is no way
but-
you're buying that guitar for under $1,000. I don't know what you're talking about. Could somebody look up the Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s? I'm going to say that guitar's $2,500 minimum.
50s.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a standard. Sometimes I get too
don't
many
see many
videos around
used.
here to keep my mind wrapped around
There
it.
we go. Used items. Yeah, the standard 50s, you're not used is showing in the thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on Reverb,
It's a USA guitar.
24.95, 1889, 1631.
1631's a good price for a used. How's the condition?
It says, let's see, used. It's Heritage Cherry Sunburst. It looks good. It doesn't look like it's beat on.
Nice. Heritage Sunburst. All right. Well, anyways, those two Les Pauls. The problem is what they should have done was they should have made the Les Paul 50s more like a 57, 58. And they should have made the Les Paul 60s more like a 60. You understand?
Yeah, with the thinner neck. Yeah.
It's not that thin. It's
Humbuckers.
yeah, but
Thinner. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, because they didn't reissue it again. When they come out, 68, 69, they came back with the Les
I guess
Paul.
my problem is sitting here in a used guitar shop. I don't see enough of the standards come in. It's everything's a studio. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, the studios you can get for cheap.
mhm.
I'm surprised they're not
Yeah.
on the list.
Yeah. Well, number 5 is the Fender Player Telecaster.
Stratocaster.
I don't know the guitar. I think it's the Mexican one, right?
Yeah, I think
Player
so.
Series
is
is the
that
Mexican
the
series.
$800 one?
Yeah, it's like it's got some modifications. It's not just like it's not like a standard, but it's like a modified Fender standard, not the American standard, the Mexican standard. All right, number 4, we have the PRS, really the Paul Reed Smith Silver Sky John Mayer signature guitar.
On the heels of the actual Silver Sky.
Now, here's
sets,
Here's what I find very interesting, because this is what this tells me. People are buying it and not liking it. If they're selling it used, can you sell new on Reverb? Is anything new?
There's a couple of good mom and pop shops that have new items and they put them on. And as far as
Yeah,
new
that's
items.
true. The closer you get to number one are probably the ones people don't like. Exactly.
Well, they're buying them and selling them.
Yeah.
That PRS Silver Sky
Ever
was
play
really
one?
hyped up, and that thing has a 7 1/4 or a 7 1/2 neck radius.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
I
And
played
so
one.
guys
Somebody
started trying to do a string bend or something, it would fret out, so they'd sell it.
I was somewhere and I can't remember, but somebody had the guitar, and I said, I've talked about that guitar quite a bit. I have a friend that has one, and he was like, "You want to play it?" So I said, "Sure." I've tried it, and I hated it instantly. It didn't feel like a Strat.
How'd you
It
like
felt
the
like a bad
pickups though?
Strat.
Because I
I
heard
didn't
the
plug it in. I
pickup
don't
sound
plug it
off a
in.
minute. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't plug it in.
And PRS won't sell the pickups separately. It's
Yeah,
like, so if you want those pickups, if you like
Are they
them,
noiseless?
I don't know.
I would
I
I would imagine they're not, and I would tell them they can keep them. You can sell me. Yeah, I don't care. The pickups I use on everything. I love them.
Well,
So even if
it was kind of weird that PRS, everybody complained, "Oh my God, it's just a Fender. PRS is just making a Strat." And so
Yeah.
all the guitar
Took 'em
players
3
were
years to
"What the
design
hell?"
it.
But they all had to buy one.
Right. What's funny is they said it took us 3 years to design this guitar. That's funny. It only took Fender 1 year. They started it in 53
50 years
released it in
ago.
Yeah.
60,
Isn't that amazing?
70 years ago almost.
Fender beat you by 2 years, and they did it in 52.
From
53.
scratch.
Yeah, and they only had like 3 different colors, but it made me start listening to John Mayer, believe it or not.
He's not a bad
great
player. I
player.
think he's good. Number 2 is the Fender Player Stratocaster, which again is just like the Mexican. And Eric Johnson is 100% right. The PRS SE Silver Sky is the #1 selling guitar on Reverb. Because the people that hated the PRS Silver Sky John Mayer signature decided, you know what, I'm just going to get the SE version and sell this. And then they bought it. They go, oh, this sucks too. I'm selling it on Reverb again.
Now the PRS SE Silver Sky has like a 10-inch radius, so it's a lot flatter.
That's better.
And the nut on the American-made Silver Sky is like the Fender style, where they cut a groove and the nut fits down in the groove. But on the SE, it's the solid nut that glues on to the very end of the neck. So there's two different.
I prefer the Fender style.
Yeah, there's 2 different styles of
More
nut.
support.
And then on the PRS Silver Sky, they didn't have a back plate. So you could see the springs in there. And then, but on the SE, for some reason, they put a little back plate on there that only has 4 screws on it. So
Got to save money on screws.
Yeah. And I thought it was really cool how the Silver Sky didn't have a back plate on it. And it was painted and it looked really nice underneath those springs. But then the PRS SE comes out, and for some reason they put a back plate on there.
Yeah, there were some Fenders that there were definitely some boutique Fender makers, like some that don't put the back plate on too. It's very common because so many people want to adjust the springs. Jerry doesn't have a back plate on it. He uses
I actually mute it.
Looks like a tampon.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, it is.
So now, if you're going to do that, why don't you put the back plate on? Because it'll hold that foam
I just
or
like
whatever
it
you have in place.
It facilitates easier string change.
But you can. There's a company that'll sell you the springs with like foam inserted in, so you could buy the foam inserts and do it yourself. But it does the same thing.
I was recording and I just needed to do something and I did it.
Yeah.
You know,
Any type of thin wrapping foam that comes in, you buy an appliance or something, that thin foam, just clip it, put it on, press it down.
But I have other.
You know what? I should do a video, or Jerry, we and you should make a video together. Like, here's a little quick trick of how you can silence your springs. But then you show us using a bandsaw. You ever see these fucking assholes? They're like, I'm going to show you how to make this really cool ashtray at home. And then the guy's got a fucking $40,000 CNC thing in his living room. And he's like, nah. And now we just buff it out. Now, first I start with, and then I use this fucking laser. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Who the hell has this shit at home? I see these videos.
You can do this at home too.
Yeah, do it yourself. There's a British guy on TikTok, and he reviews like people who show like shortcut stuff that they do that, or they make food. And he's hilarious because every time he's like, "Oh, that looks good. Oh yeah, put that in there." And then they put like some vegetable he doesn't like, and he goes, "Oh fuck me."
Yeah, ruined
he's,
it.
he's fucking great. But honestly, like I see these people and it's like, do DIY. Oh, here's how you can get your springs to stop vibrating. And then you show us using like a fucking jackhammer on the sidewalk, like nothing to do with making this thing. Stop. Just get an old jackhammer out of your fucking basement. What? You just needed a table saw. Yeah, I mean it's just fucking hilarious though.
You just need a sense of humor. That's all.
Yeah. So what is that attached to that? Is that a woman's product? A woman's monthly product
tampon?
that's on the
No, I actually think it's like a fucking.
not a tampon. Look like a pad. Look like
no,
a Kotex.
it's
a Tampa caster.
Yeah. It's a string envelope with a napkin inside of the tape on it. You know, it's like what?
Oh man.
It's like it's a blend. I need it to be semi-quiet, not completely quiet. You understand?
Your springs were making that much noise? I never get
this guitar is hollow, and I don't know. Yeah, there was something spooky about it, but I love this guitar. I did 1 million gigs on it from like.
But it was getting picked up
2005.
it was getting picked up in the amp.
Yeah, it's like it's ringy. It's just fucking. You know, like guys with drums would mute certain drums, and other drums don't have any pads on them. It was like one of those things. Just like this thing was just like.
Eric, you know I'm right about that.
Boingy.
Let me show you how you can make your own home pool cue. Now, first, just go to your garage and put a piece of wood on your lathe. On my lathe?
Yeah. First selection of
got
your
one.
exotic wood collection.
The fuck is going right? Exactly.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah,
go to
just-
your
Just
Go to
select
your-
some fine babinga.
Yeah.
right here. Let's go to the back house where we're gonna. What do you call those things like the pool house? What do you call those? Not a
Shed.
A shed. Thank you. Let's go to the shed and select our wood. Then we'll go to the garage and we're going to put it on a lathe. A lathe?
You got a fucking shed in a garage.
Then we're gonna go check
What
on the
about-
girl in the well.
We're
But you're going to
finish
watch
up
these
on,
videos.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, Joe, have you seen these DIY videos where they're like, oh, this is really easy to make. I'm going to show you how you can make your own ashtray. First, we're going to go out to the shed. We're going to select a piece of wood that I have out there. Then we're going to go put it on a lathe in my fucking garage before we put it in the CNC machine. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I thought this was a home project. I got a
Yeah,
fucking
first
knife.
of all, if you got a fucking shed, I'm out.
I got a knife and a spoon. What can I make?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
That's
you're
not
using a
as good
hammer?
as that's not as good as those restoration videos from overseas where they pull something out of the dirt.
There was a video
It's
up
awful.
recently of a guy supposedly restoring an old Strat, and 1 billion channels attacked him, pointing out that it was a fake.
Oh,
I
really?
watched that
I mean, people
video.
are out of
Right.
their minds.
It was a
You
You
saw
know,
that
there's
video,
one
Dave?
guy, and I think he's Japanese, but he's like he does refinishing guitars and stuff, and he's got a chisel and he's doing all this meticulous work. And I'm watching it saying, couldn't you just drop this off to someone that can do this? Oh, you're that guy. I'm like, who the fuck wants to do this?
I got no time.
Give me the guitar, give me the color that I want, and go away.
Yeah.
This guy's like chiseling everything, and then he's like, re-radius. Ooh, what do we got here? A Gibbons.
got?
Hold on, let me get you up there.
Okay.
Okay,
Now
guys.
this,
All right.
I paid $100 for this. Tell me if you guys think I'm crazy.
Flip it.
Flip
Let's see
it.
the back. Let's see the back of the headstock.
So far,
Okay,
you're
so
not
the,
crazy.
Let's see. All
Uh-oh.
right.
Crack.
Uh-oh.
There's the crack.
Busted. Okay. Now,
It's a
is it
repair.
still, has it been
Easy.
repaired yet?
no,
No.
Oh, okay. All right,
Easy.
good.
Oh, okay.
it's a great guitar.
That neck looks
okay.
a little girthy. That's kind of cool.
There's no volute on there.
Yeah. Well, is
And
it
turn it
current?
over?
Is it
No,
2000?
it's not. Yeah, it's not going to have a volute. And then you have the
The crack.
The
didn't
proper
go through the
truss rod?
face. Yeah, the crack didn't make it all the way through the face of it there. So
yeah. No, you could take that to someone, or you could get a DIY. You know what? Bring it over to Joe's. He's got a lathe, a
I got a
shed.
shed. Yeah.
Yeah. Dan,
Me
you
and
got a
Mike, I got
bandsaw,
Mikey,
right?
Mikey's got a CNC.
Exactly.
It still has all the fret nibs and everything on there.
Yeah, that looks fresh. Wow, there's no
Yeah.
fucking fret wear, man.
$100.
I like the fact you
scored.
said. I like the fact you said there's no volute. Of course, there's no volute. That's why the neck snapped.
Yeah.
Fucking Gibson.
So whoa. Let's see the numbers.
01634.
2014.
Okay.
USA.
That looks
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah.
Nice project.
Yeah.
So where's all the other shit?
Case. It came with the case.
Where's all the other shit?
All
You took
the
it.
hardware and the pickups.
Oh, it's in there.
Minus the pickups. All the
So how do you
hardware
fix
and
that? What do you do to fix that?
You take it to someone that does it.
No. Well, if you want to hear my take
ahead.
on it, you
Yeah,
get
hold on.
tight-
Let's.
tight bond. All right.
I can't get both of you up there.
Well, I wanted to get
Go
a
ahead.
good look at this thing. All right. No, you would spread that as much as humanly possible, right? That crack,
And get glue in there.
and you flow in tight bond, flow it, right? And then whatever you use to spread it, you take it out, and then it should smush out the glue, clean it up, and then clamp the fuck out of it, and then leave it for whatever 2 or 3 days, and then clean that up. It's a fucking huge project, but it can be done. Other guys will do that, and then they'll like kind of relieve some of the wood, and then put some sort of band in there, and then flow that all together and stuff. But the quick and easy, if you get a fresh break, flow the glue, and you can repair it pretty good. And then maybe you don't finish it and just leave it. Obviously, fucking it was a repaired crack, or that's where it gets expensive when you gotta do the refinish work. But
You ever see the repair they did on Dweezil's SG? That's a good video on that.
Same
They
thing.
put us when they. I mean, the neck was completely off, and the guy repaired. And you can't even tell it's repaired. And when he put it back together, they put a piece of wood in the neck to join it to the headstock too,
he
so it
doweled
strengthened it. So yeah, doweled
a
it.
couple of
Yeah.
pins, maybe like on either side.
I'll have to write
Yeah,
that
yeah.
down in case I can't sleep one night.
Fucking prick.
Says the person that used to watch marble racing.
I'll still watch. It puts me to sleep. But I will say this: who's that guy Dan Erlewine who does the
Yeah.
Oh,
he does
Jesus
repairs.
Christ, yeah.
I watched
Jesus.
one of his repairs once. I'm like, you know what? The next step is just hanging myself. It really is.
Yeah,
This guy. Do I give a fuck? Oh,
he
he's
knows
like,
his
oh,
shit,
yeah.
but it's like
He
yeah,
does,
he's
but it's like,
fucking
again,
boring.
I just want to drop it off to the dude. You give it to me fixed. Oh, let me show you what I did here. I don't want to see. That ruins it. I don't need to watch a car being built. I look at a car, I'm like, that's a nice car. I'd like to take that for a drive. I
His
don't wanna
articles
say,
were boring.
oh, let me show you
in
when we put
Guitar
the engine
Player.
together. Save it. I don't
His
care.
articles were the worst. His articles were the worst in
I
Guitar Player.
I
never
agree
read
with you. You know what kills me with the YouTube?
Fender does make a push-in trem bar. It's called the deluxe. It's the deluxe bridge.
When
I have it on
someone's
3 of my
doing-
guitars.
I love watching gear videos, but if you're gonna do a 55 fucking minute video,
Pete, wait 1 sec. Good. Yeah.
get out of my life.
Awful.
I
have a top-
but a lot of these guys that do gear videos, they don't play that great.
Yeah, I
Always
mean,
the way. Always the way, man.
I'm lucky. I have a great repair guy that, again, out behind his house, he's got a huge freaking nice repair shop, and he has a CNC machine that he cuts pick guards with.
Oh, cool.
But he can, for like 120 to maybe 150 bucks, he can clean up this. He can repair that SG. He'll spray it. He'll make that thing look like it was never on there.
Sure.
Two
Sure.
questions.
Yeah.
Two questions. Dane, one, does he have a shed? Two, can he make us an ashtray?
exactly.
Sounds like yes and
And,
yes.
but I'm really lucky. The guy's only a couple of miles up the street. And Dave, you'd love this guy. He's always got the cigar hanging out of his mouth, and I can
I like
hardly
him
stand
already.
to go. Yeah, I can hardly stand to be in his workshop for more than about 10 or 15 minutes. And there's just wood shavings and dust everywhere. And he's got an old school stereo that is on all day long. and is a great guy to have a couple of miles up the street.
No, Dave, you know what you got to do if you ever sell any, any of your gear? You got to
What's
take
that?
a picture of yourself with a lighted cigar in your mouth, holding it, but then
Right.
have the balls to put from a
Smoke-free
home.
environment.
Yeah,
Right. No
Why
pets. And
are
I
you
should
sitting
have
there
about
like the
5
fucking thing from the Fantastic Four smoking? Yeah,
Right.
smoke-free home.
When you put something on Reverb, you can attach a video. And so that's really easy to do. Get your phone out.
Pete,
make a
that's
little
for you.
video
That's
with
the
your cigar
pop-in
in your mouth.
for Fender.
It's like, did this come from a smoke-free home? Actually, no. And my older
Right.
brother touched his dick to it, and he's been dead for 20 years.
Smoke-free home, no pets. And then I'm holding the guitar with a cigar in my mouth, and there's 3 cats in the case.
Yeah, the guitar is so fucking furry. It looks like that special that Billy Gibbons had that would swirl on his belt,
Dean.
right?
The Dean.
Fuck.
Oh, that'd be like a dog and a cat sitting there in the fighting with each other in the fucking case.
Did you want this back, or should I bury it for you?
Yeah.
I like Uncle Doug, even though he puts me to sleep too. Actually, I tell you, you guys all know I fall asleep to Columbo every night. Columbo. Every night.
Columbo.
Every night. This morning I woke up and it was the one where the CIA, where Leslie Nielsen gets killed by Patrick McGowan.
Patrick McGowan. Yeah, that's.
But I love when he shows
great.
up to McGowan's house and McGowan looks and goes, Columbo, what are you doing here?
Steinmetz.
I would
Yeah,
watch
Steinmetz.
the Rockford Files. I was more of the
Oh, it's a
Rockford
great show.
Files guy.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Jimbo.
do you
I
know what-
love it when the nitrous tank in his car breaks open and he's driving down the road high. He's like, ah.
I got an email from Crackle. You know what show they got on? I had
What?
the first episode on the other night. What show was Angie Dickinson known for?
Policewoman.
Policewoman.
Right.
Holy shit.
You guys want to see a
Unbelievable.
couple of really old pedals that was pretty much given to me?
Oh yeah, let's
Sure.
take a
Make
look
them
at what
full
pedals
screen.
against him. You know
A
it.
couple of really old pedals.
In the
Okay,
box.
that's cool.
Sound
Yes.
Creator
Damn.
Japan.
Overdrive
too.
2 from Japan.
Oh, that looks
Oh.
cool.
Oh,
was that like
God.
Yeah,
1978
big
or something?
fucking knobs.
Let me see
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say 80.
Is that?
What's it made out of? Metal or plastic?
It looks like both.
God,
That's-
the
I think that's
side looks metal.
It's pedal
I
metal.
think it's metal.
But that foot switch is plastic.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe it's 78.
I love that grip on the bottom. The whole bottom's a fucking.
Oh, and
grip.
it's got that. It's 80s because of that power thing there. That fat.
Oh
thing.
no. Is that battery exploded or not?
Hmm.
No, it looks good, but I'll take it out.
Hmm.
Yeah, so an old Japanese, right?
And what's it called? The Coron? Hey, what's going on, John? Coron.
Yeah, the Coron Sound Creator,
Absolutely.
the Overdrive 2, the DC 852.
What are we supposed to do, you Coron?
What do you want
Awesome.
for it?
with the
Animal House.
box?
Yep.
One of you guys want to look it up on Reverb for me?
I'm
See
looking.
if-
I'm looking it up right now to see where
In
it,
the box. Fantastic game.
It looked like
Now, I've never heard of that before.
regularly $49.99 on sale for $42.50.
It says it's very rare.
Yeah, I believe it.
Doesn't have a year.
It
here.
looks
Hold
like
on.
what was that company? Astron 2 or something back in the day. Krellbar probably knows.
Axon.
Axon. It looks like an Axon
Axon, yeah.
knockoff.
They made a lot of fucking pedals. This company.
Yeah.
DC 852. Formerly owned by Buzz
Overdrive
Lightyear.
2.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What, you found
On
one?
DC Overdrive 2 controls the output. Level controls output. Drive controls the amount of overdrive. Tone controls the tone. Let's see.
They made a
What's
hand
the
clap
number on?
pedal.
What's the number on yours? 802. What is the number?
850.
DC 852.
850.
Yeah, that's all I
852.
got.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, they made
What
a
does that
hand
light
clap.
up? Red?
852.
Does it light up red? Have you
I
fired it up?
haven't plugged it in or anything.
Oh,
I just got it Saturday.
At least worth about $125, $100.
I'm not seeing any that have been. Well, here's a.
There was something on sale on eBay for $125.
Though they had
Yes.
a heavy metal one for 200. I see. I'm not seeing this one anywhere.
It's the
Yeah, the DC
852.
852 Overdrive 2.
Oh, yeah, Gaiatone, yeah.
sound creator.
What does that say? 4250 it sold originally for it at
Yeah.
Flagstaff Music.
Oh wow, that's up in that's Arizona.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, what's the other pedal you got?
Okay. Rock Tech. Looks like it's out of the same
Rock-Tech.
store.
$47 back in the probably the early 80s there.
Oh, another fucking. Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
You just know.
That
Oh, I
looks like
missed it.
something
Just
flock of
keep
seagulls
it in
would
the fucking box, dude. Just put that back.
All right, let's see what that
Yuck.
says. Oh, it's in Japanese. Made in Taiwan.
What brand is that?
Yuck.
That one's made in Taiwan.
What is that?
Is
Yeah,
that's
Rocket-
plastic, right? Everything.
Rock Tech Distortion.
Oh, awful.
I got one for you, Dane.
Oh, has the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
But that other pedal is on Reverb for 89.
Oh, $90. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What's this one called?
Rock Tech Distortion.
It's a
R-O-K-T-E-K?
DIR-01.
That was like
is it R-O? How do you spell that Rock Tech? Hold it up one more time.
ROCKTEK.
Rock and then T-E-K.
Hold on, let's see what we got here.
yeah, that's gotta be 80s.
$60, $50.
Or in
Oh,
New
all right.
Jersey.
Well, that was bought new in 1980 for $47. So that didn't even make the it earned $3 over the last 40 years.
Yeah, it's a slow mover.
Well, you got the box, so I don't know if that'll add a buck to it, but
Yeah. Well,
Oh, you know who likes? You know who wants the? You know who I would
call?
call the guy at JHS and ask him if he wants them.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, I got a couple pedals.
And they has the box.
I like his videos.
I do too.
Oh, the box is the best, dude. Come
I mean,
on.
his hairpiece doesn't even bother me.
Yeah, but
There's
it's the box.
there's a
His hairpiece?
scientific formula based on how he does his videos. He doesn't sit there and just promote his own pedals. He tells
right.
you about everybody else's pedals, and
Well, he's a
he
pedal
adds
nerd.
his knowledge to those other pedals, and that just makes him seem even smarter about his own product. If you're pushing a product and it's the only thing you do, and you don't know about anything about any other pedal or whatever your product is, you're trying to sell Coke and you didn't even know that there used to be new Coke, you know?
He's got one video that I watched. He does all of the Behringer pedals, and he tells you what the pedal is, what the real pedal that they
I
made
sold
it after
3 or 4
was.
Behringer pedals after that video came out.
Yeah, and
Go ahead,
he was telling you
okay.
straight up that this pedal is
Just hold it
an exact copy for $20.
The DLD
2 9
Performer.
volts. And that's the power supply right there. It's like a 1/4-inch jack power supply.
No, that's interesting.
Maury's wigs last through hurricane winds.
This is Dr. Tongue's House of Flange. Want to see my flange?
That's an SCTV bit.
Yep.
Yeah, but the problem with Fender, Pete, is that they stick to, and same with G&L, they stick to whatever Leo did. They're like, oh my God, we can't improve it. I agree. If you want to make the old trems, put those on the fucking vintage reissues if you're going to reissue a vintage. But on the modern pieces, they should all have a modern bridge. But, players will complain, oh, that bridge sounds better. You're a fucking idiot. That bridge sounds better. But that's the bullshit you have to deal with. Oh, those saddles sound better. Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how many records I've listened to where I'm like, I don't really care for the sound of those saddles. It's
that first Kiss.
That's what's wrong with that UFO album.
That first Kiss album, the saddles on his breadwinner was nylon.
Yeah. I mean, Gibson makes nylon nuts. There's no way you couldn't
on that.
but the
Gibson
brass nuts where there's
that,
sustain. I like a brass nut, but it doesn't fucking add anything when I'm plugged in. Nothing matters. No one ever. I mean, I could sit there with anybody, get the person who recorded the record, and then tell people, okay, now tell me what they're using. Nobody would get it right.
Yeah, if
nobody
you say a
would get
brass nut makes every string ring out a little tiny bit brighter. No, because as soon as you put your finger on the string, the nut's not even being utilized anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd
have to, whatever string is open. Yeah,
that's what I.
So that means if you play an E chord, the E, the B, and the E are brighter than the B, E, and G sharp in the middle. Bullshit.
It's the same thing with these yahoos that talk about the 432A frequency being superior and all that stuff. It's like, oh, it's more harmonic to the human body or so, whatever thing. But the thing is that, okay, that's one tone. I mean, you're playing all up and down the neck. So every single one of those frequencies is more pleasing to the body compared to.
Right. You're just talking about talking about where center A is. It's just nonsense. All that stuff's nonsense. Like I said, people say Van Halen's best album's the first album. He's not even in tune with anything. Who cares? They're in tune with themselves. It is such silliness that goes on with it. I wish people were more interested in music than they were in the hey, did you go to the jams this weekend at all, Jerry?
No.
I ran into Derek today in the gym.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He said he went to Players. I said, how was it? He goes, he never got out of his car after he pulled in. He was like, I'd just rather play at home.
Well, that's kind of what I do.
Yeah. He goes, and he had a good time. I said, yeah, the jams are tough.
Yeah.
Guys, let me ask you about this. So this guitar got traded in. And I haven't changed the strings on it yet. And there's nothing special about the guitar except the really old man that traded it in. He's got super slinky 9-gauge electric strings on this.
No, I can't even tell what brand that is. Yeah.
Can we see the headstock?
Oh,
Madeira.
What does it say? Madeira.
Madeira.
And Madeira was what? Was that Guild?
Yeah, it's by Guild.
But it's
by Guild.
Definitely looks like a Guild.
It's just very unique how it feels with super slinky 9-gauge electric strings on it.
Yeah, you know who used to play is was it John Lennon that used to play electrics on an acoustic?
Could be.
You could do like.
Doesn't sound right though.
No, not with electric. No, it doesn't ring as much. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, the E and B should be the same, but
just lax.
But for the people that are like, oh, I don't have any calluses anymore, it's like it's so soft under your fingers.
Yeah.
Well, they make a string, and I'm surprised you don't carry it, called Silk and Steel. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
So Silk and Steel, it's like a really soft, silky feeling string, and yet it's wrapped around steel.
Yeah, amazing.
And I think Iron Maiden had a song, "Skin Silk wrapped around your steel, death in life is your ideal." Oh, that's Sun and Steel.
Just thought I'd share.
Yeah. Guild guitars. I like Guild. I used to like Guild. The old Westerly, Rhode Island Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Guild for a long time was making a series in China called the GAD series. Guild Acoustic Designs. And they were made in a very popular factory. I believe the Epiphone Masterbuilt, and I think the Eastmans at one point were all made at the same factory. So if you can find a couple of years ago, like 2010 Guild Acoustic Design GAD series, those are nice guitars for the money. And you can get them for short money if someone's looking for a guitar.
Would you say that of the Eastman of a similar vintage?
No, Eastmans are expensive and they have a higher resale value. What I'm saying is, if you're looking for someone has a 2010 Eastman, someone has a 2010 GAD, I would buy the GAD because
Well,
to
what's the
me,
price point? I'm not familiar with the price point of those, but I played in Eastman. for
Hannibal
years.
says Eastmans are made in house. I don't know I don't know what that means. They're not manufactured. I mean, are they making them in USA now? Because I don't know. They used to be made in China, and no one's
I
making
think
it.
they are made in China. I've never heard one anywhere else.
Yeah, and no one's making in house because you think the communist government's going to let you go in and own a factory in their country. You might want to talk to whatever his name is.
P Jing.
Jing.
Zhang P. Whatever his name. Ping.
70s
Ping the
Guilds
muscles.
dreadnoughts are made in Westerly, Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are discontinued, but you're better off buying it used anyways. Ricky Compton, welcome. You're better off buying it used. There
If you
are
have a
some.
Wesley Guild, those are up in price.
They're not in their own factory. They don't own their own factory. That I can.
No. I mean, if you
I'm
do
answering
have
what
one of those
Hannibal
old
says. He says they're made in China in their own factory. The fuck they are. They used to say that back in the 2000s. A buddy of mine worked there, and I knew exactly other guitars that were coming out of that same factory. Now,
those
if they're
Brian May
producing
guitars they made,
and that was in the beginning. So if they're producing X amount of guitars and some factory is making it exclusively for them, that's fine. But they don't own you're going to tell me that Eastman owns a factory in China? That I'd like to see. That I would like to see.
That goddamn daylight savings time.
they rent the factory.
No, they could have a factory built exclusively for them. Like I said, if they built up the same workforce, because GAD series don't get made anymore, the Epiphones don't get made anymore, so they can make their own exclusive factory. But I can tell you right now, they don't fucking own it.
Please vote for Carrie Lake. Oh, I'll be so glad when this is over. I'm getting so many text messages.
I
about who to
love
vote
Carrie
for.
Lake.
Just don't vote for Ricky Lake.
Yeah,
But
daylight savings. They've been trying to get in Massachusetts. They've been trying to pass Atlantic time, which would basically put Massachusetts in daylight savings all year round. The problem is when Baker was talking about it, he was like, well, only if Rhode Island and Connecticut and the rest of New England does it. It's like, are you running your state or are you a fucking pansy to everyone around? If they don't do it, I'm not doing it.
Well, there's reasoning behind that because it's such a small state. I mean, most of Rhode Island works in Massachusetts, and having that 1 hour friggin' difference is going to be fucking killer on people.
In Rhode
Traveling
Island?
over the timeline. Yeah, traveling over
Right.
a
So if
timeline.
Baker decided he was going to do it in Massachusetts, what do you think they would do in Rhode Island?
Probably change as well.
Right. But do you think he needs to confer with them and be like, hey, guys, this is what we're going to do, and I'm really concerned about your fucking people? No, he doesn't give two shits. He shouldn't.
Yeah, but there's going to be a delay where it's going to fuck up a lot of work because most Rhode Islanders
Do you
work
know
in
what happens all
Massachusetts
around
and
the
Connecticut.
Doesn't even make any sense. How many people live close to the timeline where they're working in one timeline and living in another?
They do, and they are a minority.
No,
It's
there's
like-
a lot of people that do it.
Yeah, there
Arizona
are,
doesn't
and they
change.
have to live right on the line. Basically, if you live in Rhode Island, you're on the line.
I understand that, but like people in Indiana don't even have to leave the state to be in a different time zone.
Yeah, but the state is significantly huge.
No,
I mean,
but how many people do you think live close to the time zone and they have to go work in another time zone?
They deal with it.
They deal with it.
Yeah.
how many major cities
Figure it
are
out, man.
That's something to look.
You would call Providence a major city? I think
Well,
Fort Wayne
around
is
here.
more.
Third world.
I mean, it basically would affect everyone in the state. I mean,
So
where
change
it
the
affects
time.
people in the states with.
I don't think it affects anybody. I don't understand
Yeah,
how it affects anybody. If someone says, hey, you got to come to work at 9. All right, well, I live in Rhode Island. That means, I got to set my clock for this. Okay, done. Figured it out.
You do whatever the fuck you got
That
to do.
was tough.
Be here at 9 hour time. Not
Yeah,
your-
but
Now
then
your
you're
whole
looking at the
state
time
name.
all day, then you go home and you're home an hour earlier. It's like, but that you go to work earlier and you, it's just a mess.
Do you understand the concept of time?
Everybody does that
Yeah.
lives on the time zone lines all over the fucking country.
Does anybody really know what time it
I
is?
don't even fucking care.
Mhm.
Yeah.
About time. Dude, I had a really fun show Friday night. Drove to the Whiskey a Go-Go on the Sunset Strip, and we opened up, sold out show. We opened up for Striper.
Cool.
Wow.
Oh, excellent.
Drove
Oh,
Hey, wait,
six
was
hours
Howie
to get
Simon
there.
at that gig? Did Howie play that gig
I
too?
was just about to ask.
I thought Howie posted something about that. He was playing with another band.
What's his band
Howie used
called?
to fit. Howie used to fill in for the guitar player for Striper, and then
Oh,
he was
so
like,
they had both the original Michael.
"No, I know Oz is still
Steve,
playing.
and Oz
That's who he
Fox.
filled in. Yeah, well, he used to fill in for Oz when Oz was sick last
And
year.
those, you know, those beautiful harmony background vocals. That's Oz Fox singing that stuff.
He's good.
And they do such great
All right,
guitar
I'm gonna look.
harmonies. You know what was really funny is I bought a Striper T-shirt that's got a yellow. They play Washburn guitars and they're all yellow and black, the guitars, right? And so I bought, when I got to the gig, I bought a Striper T-shirt and I cut the sleeves off of it because, you know, you can't play a show with the sleeves on your shirt. And so after our show, I unplugged my bass. I ran up the steps and I went up the stairs up to the green room at the Whiskey. And right as I turned the corner, there was Michael Sweet just standing right there in the hallway. And he goes, "Hey, man, nice shirt." And I looked down and I saw I was wearing his shirt. And I go, "Oh, yeah, I designed this shirt." And then just walked away real quick.
Okay, the
I don't
band was
know why I
called
said
the Hard
I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I
Way.
designed this shirt."
Dane, the band was the Hard Way.
Yes, they went on right after us.
Okay, yeah, because that's my buddy Howie on guitar in that band.
Oh, and he's playing the Peavy Wolfgang.
Was he
I
playing a
noticed the
Peavy?
guy playing a
He
Wolfgang.
usually plays strats.
No, he's a Strat guy. He would play. let me
Okay,
see
well
if there's
then
any-
they had two guitar players, and I didn't pay.
That's
too
very
much
possible.
attention. But I did notice a guy. It might have even been the opening act before us. But
Yeah,
I
no,
know
Howie would be playing a
I saw
Strat
them.
or a what was the company that Bingham worked for?
Oh fuck, Friedman.
A Friedman. He'd be playing a Friedman.
He also plays those Della Barbas. Yep.
It might have been the guy all the way over on stage,
No,
right?
Matt begins with an M.
Mezza Barba.
Mezzabarba.
What stands out with their band
Barba
is they
Papa.
have a lead singer that's like 6'3", probably 220 pounds, 240 pounds, and he's huge. And his T-shirt said "The Hard Way," and he's got big D. Schneider long blonde hair, so he's hard to miss. So
That was D. Snyder.
I think Michael Sweet lives down in Plymouth.
Yeah.
They
I
put
believe
together
that.
great harmony guitar parts and just really cool. Their third song was "The Rock That Makes Us Roll," which was off the Soldiers Under Command album.
Was it packed at the Whiskey that night?
It was sold out.
Yeah, because that's a fun bar when it's packed. I love
So
the Whiskey.
we,
I played there at least a dozen times. It's a fun bar.
And even at our 9 o'clock slot, it was standing room only.
Nice.
And then the
You
Hard Way
guys
went on
to
after
come down the
us.
stairs to hit the stage.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you think about who has walked up and down those stairs, it
Ah,
just blows
fucking
your
great.
mind. Blows your mind. Now I can
That's
even
right.
say that Dave Levine walked up and down those stairs.
I did many times.
Mhm.
Many a times. And you get the back room there, the little green room you get there.
Mhm.
And you get the sound guy up top that's doing the sound for the crowd, and you get the sound guy to your bottom right over there that's
Yeah.
doing the stage sound.
Right. Good monitors. And my guitar player took 3 roadies with us. So we actually
Oh.
had 3 roadies. So we were really
Oh, because
playing.
when you're
and
done,
young
they're
kids that
like
are in their
slamming you
20s.
off stage.
Young kids in their 20s think we're like the next Van Halen or something. They treat us
So
like
did
that.
you load the van? Did you load the van right after you were done playing, and then come back in?
Yes.
That's because they will. They
They throw
basically
your shit out on the sidewalk.
when you're done, they're just like, "Here's your shit. Get it the fuck out."
It's right on Sunset Boulevard, right on the
Oh yeah.
sidewalk.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what's funny. So I have a buddy of mine, and he comes out to my gig, and the gigs are like 30 minutes, depending on if you're opening for a bigger act. And so if you get like a 30-minute gig, they're strict on time. You're starting at 9, you're off at 9:30. My buddy comes in, he hears 2 songs, and we're done. He goes, "What do you guys play? Caddy Swim? Remember in Caddyshack, Caddy Swim was 1 to 1:15 when the caddies could use the pool." He's like, "What did I come here for? Caddy Swim?" I was fucking crying. Nobody fucking got it. I'm pissing myself.
Oh, that's funny.
After our last song, my lead singer was on his mic and he's like, "Hey, so I want to thank all you guys." And they just cut the mic on him preset.
Yeah, they're not going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. You're done.
Show's over.
They run a machine over there at the whiskey. It's definitely not my favorite place to play in LA. I actually preferred the Troubadour. Was my favorite venue that I played in LA. And I always thought the best club for sound was the Dragonfly, which I don't know if it's even still there. That used to be on Santa Monica Boulevard. And the Viper wasn't bad. Club Lingerie was okay. There used to be a place called The Gig on Melrose. That was a good room. Trying to think where else we used to. We played over the whiskey the most though.
And the Palladium.
Yeah, Dragonfly's still there.
It is okay. Yeah, Dragonfly was.
Yeah, they call it Dragonfly Hollywood. They call it on.
That's where
Santa
it is.
Monica Boulevard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been there a long time. And then what's the Palladium?
That's
in Worcester.
The big venue that holds like 3,000 people. It's like
okay. I have played there. I played there at the Halloween porn Halloween event that was hosted by Jenna Jameson, and I played guitar.
Oh, that sucked.
The Rainbow Bar doesn't. There's private room, but it's not like a live band venue. I've eaten at the Rainbow 100 times. I love the Rainbow. The steak and pizzas are great. I played at this porn thing for Kobe Tai was her name. She was a Vivid girl, little Asian girl. And Kobe wanted to perform a few songs. And so I played acoustic with her. And it was a place when it was fucking packed.
And was that songs or schlongs?
Huge stage. It was cool. It was pretty fun. Fun time. And you know what else? Diana Lauren, who's a Vivid girl at one point, she had a metal band and she went and played after we played. They were pretty good. But that place runs they do like a Halloween thing every year.
Some of those girls have a few different talents.
Yeah, but you're talking about this was years before no one got stuck in a laundry.
I saw the stuck
well before.
Nobody
well
got
before
stuck
that
back then.
And well before Johnny was waking up with an erection and his stepmother said, "I can't let you go to school with that." "Mom, I'll be embarrassed in front of my friends." "Well, then I'm going to have to jack you off." "Oh, we're out of lube. I'll use my mouth."
Starring Corey Chase.
I'm watching that stuff going, who would ever believe this? Oh, wait, what? That's what it was called, the Palace. Was it the Palace? I think it was I don't know. Anyways, folks, it's getting close to that time. We're 3 minutes to the end of this show. I'm just going to let everybody know after the show, I'll be in my garage smoking a cigar. What I'm going to smoke tonight, I don't know yet. But I had a great one today, La Vida Habana. I really enjoyed it. I'm probably going to pick some up tomorrow when I go back to the Ash. Tonight I don't know what I'm going to have. Joe, I want you to get some butane so you can get that lighter going and enjoy those cigars. What do you got going on for the week? Let's go. Well, tomorrow's election day. I just wanted to let everybody know, if you're going to vote Democrat, think about not going. And if you vote tomorrow, please vote red up and down the aisle. I don't have any no, seriously. There's a girl here, Maura Healey, that's running for governor, and honestly, like they could put a gun to my head. I wouldn't vote for her. They show more ads on YouTube. I can't watch one thing without a Maura Healey ad coming on to tell me what a fucking great part of she's going to lower taxes. It's like, wait a second. You said she's Democrat and she's going to lower taxes? Aren't we talking out of both sides of the mouth? Anyways, tomorrow's
Ashley
election
Callis.
day. I can't wait to go and take care of that tomorrow. I'll be thinking about that as I'm smoking a cigar. I'll be thinking about checking those boxes.
I watched a video last night, and it was all those right-wing guys, and they all huddled up together like we are, and they made predictions on how many newscasters, and they were doing over or under how many newscasters are actually going to be in tears tomorrow after the election.
God, probably, yeah.
How many election areas are going to have mysterious flooding or something, so they can't
Right.
count
There's
the
going to be
ballots?
definitely some cheating going on.
There's always some fucking shit.
and
I love they sit there and say, "Oh, you're an election denier." Oh yeah, the pipe burst. The pipe didn't burst. Those are all normal occurrences. Nothing to see here.
People got
If I-
locked out, and cases upon cases were wheeled
Exactly.
in.
Right, nothing to see here.
It
But
was,
we're,
it was just jelly donuts.
Oh,
we're election deniers.
Oh, there's no evidence. Well, affidavits by definition are evidence. The fact
it's
that
just-
you didn't want to allow them as evidence.
Right. It's just whatever. I mean, but anyways, that I don't want to get too much into politics, but let's just figure out what everyone's got going on for the week. Jerry, you got anything going on?
Nope.
Possibly a ribeye this week, maybe?
Hey, you know what though? Thursday, I'm going to go to the jam in Randolph.
Oh,
I haven't been there in months, and I'm going to go.
all right. Very good. So
Let's
if you
do that.
guys want to go to the jam on Thursday, that's up in Randolph, Massachusetts.
Preferably a tight rhythm section would be preferred.
Yes. And then what about Dane? What do you got going on for the week?
I have nothing really. I'm going to get that Les Paul or this SG worked on and just sit here at the shop. And I do have a rehearsal on Sunday.
Nice.
Dane, could I
Excellent.
ask, how long did it take to drive to Los Angeles from your place?
Dude, it was crazy. We drove there 6 hours. So my drummer showed up at my house at noon.
You did it in
And
6
we
hours?
took my son. My drummer showed up at my house here in Phoenix.
Okay.
We drove 6 hours to get to the whiskey.
Mhm.
We watched about half of Stryper's set. We jumped back in the car, drank some coffee, and drove all the way back home. I got home at 6 o'clock in the morning. I slept for about 4.5 or 5 hours, and I came back down here to the store. And then I even went to the Phoenix guitar swap meet event that they had at the Roberto Van Luthier School in Central Phoenix. I
Oh,
went and
What's
spent
this?
an hour.
What's the speed limit now that you can make it in 6 hours?
yeah.
Oh, dude, we were doing 80 to 85 easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's like usually like a 7-hour run at least.
We hit some traffic around the West Covina area there, you know.
Oh yeah, on the 10.
Yeah, we hit some traffic on the 10 a little bit, but overall it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's good.
We
I
time.
used to
just
joke to my
better.
buddy they should make a monorail system from West Covina to Van Nuys. Because Van Nuys is where like the porn capital is, and it seems like all the girls always seem to be coming from West Covina. I'm like, we should invest in a monorail system. Why have them drive?
Monorail.
Just get, they
Monorail.
can ride the train.
Monorail.
Lisa needs braces. How about you, Joe? What's going on for the week?
Working all week. Trying to get a video up now that I got some things figured out with the program got working. So I want to focus on that. But there's something I want to do. I watched the movie last night that was so fucking amazing. I want everyone to watch it, and we should talk about it next week. Now, the movie's on Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, get the fucking week trial for free. It's worth it. But I'm putting the name of the movie in the chat.
All right. The private chat?
Is Anne Marie in it?
No, I'm putting it right in the public
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Everyone watch this fucking movie. I'm watching it again tonight. It was so good.
Now, when was this movie made?
2021. And no
Okay,
one's talking
excellent.
about it.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
game.
bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Fucking amazing movie.
All right, I'll watch it. I'll be ready to discuss it next week.
You have Shudder?
No, but you just told me I can get a week
All right.
free. I can just
Get a
hang it
week
out.
free. Everybody in the chat, if you watch this video later during the week,
You're like, do you
everybody
have
here,
Shudder? I don't know
watch
what the fuck it
fucking
is.
movie. It's all horror movies, 24/7.
Oh,
Great horror movies.
let me see if it's on anything else. Hold on.
I've seen
I
that.
mean,
My
I'm sure
son
you
told
can
me
rent
about
it.
that 2 or 3 months ago. My son told me about that. Shudder.
Oh, it's on
all horror
Prime.
movies.
Is it
Oh,
on
it
Prime
is?
too?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Vudu, Prime, Spectrum. It's on the Roku channel.
Yeah, but with I got Prime and they want me to rent it or buy it. So it will subscribe and
oh.
what? Subscribe to what?
Well, Roku TV I think is free though with ads.
Yeah, but yeah.
It says it's 2020.
Oh, but it's $4.
What I'm seeing here says 2021. So maybe there's a discrepancy, but whatever.
I'm seeing 2021 on Prime.
Okay.
A man's
I'm seeing
personal attempt to
2021 on
escape his-
Shudder. On Shudder, it has 5 skulls and 5. It's a 5 out of 5 rating.
Ooh, I like the
This
fact that I
says
don't recognize
first of all, it's a
anyone.
90-minute movie, so that's already got the
Yeah.
94
Thumbs up.
minutes, which was a pleasure.
starring Ashley Lallback, Ben O'Toole,
Ben O'Toole. Yeah.
And load back.
Here it is. Bloody hell. One hell of a fairy tale. Oh, folks, you have to be 16 or older to watch it on Prime. Oh, no, this is a different movie. Oh, no, that's the same movie.
Okay, the breakdown. Man with a mysterious past flees the country to escape his own personal hell, only to arrive somewhere much, much worse.
And bloody hell.
That can't
All right.
even begin to sum up
Yeah.
how much you like this fucking movie.
All right, well, I'll watch it.
That describes my love life right there.
Bloody
I
hell.
don't
Hey, how
break
was
up with my
Halloween with the
girlfriend.
How was Halloween with the kids?
It was good. I put a little fireplace pit out in my driveway, and I even called my 87-year-old mom to come over. I said, "Mom, come sit in the driveway with me," and she came over, and we sat
smoked
there.
a
And I was
cigar.
telling her, and
broke
my
her
mom
hip.
was a little upset with me because I was telling her the Paul Pelosi story, an 82-year-old gay millionaire story,
Right.
and she, no, come on.
You know, let me just
Oh, I
say
know.
something about Halloween, Dave. You would appreciate this. I dragged out, this is after the show. One of the we got an old fucking dryer that don't work. I dragged it out to the driveway and I'm stuck halfway in there. Not one person understood the costume. The whole fucking night I'm breathing CO2 from my own breath. And
Oh,
not
it's
one
fucking-
person said, I get it.
Great.
Well, what I did
You
Halloween,
had to wear a thong.
I I grabbed my
God forbid.
Krell bar mask, and Mondays are days I come in at 7:00. So when the ladies came in the office, I was in my side of the cubicle, and as they walked in the door, I had the mask on, and if they didn't notice me right away, I had the sound effects thing with the scream. It's like, they. One was like, Christ.
Okay. Well,
But
I'm
that's
gonna
what I did
smoke.
last week. This
nice.
week,
Oh, what do you got going on this week?
working
I'm
and
sorry,
jerking.
bro.
Yeah, I'm working and jerking. Basically, it's like, I work during the day, then I have a workout, I eat dinner, and by that time, it's like 8:00.
That's midnight to you. I next week I'll be 10 days into my carnivore, so that'll be interesting. But I feel good. You know what? I love I gotta just say this. I like usually you guys know what I say at the end of the show. I'm fucking starving. I'm not.
Right.
And I don't even know if I'm gonna eat before I go to bed. If I did, I have like a little what is it called? Short ribs left put in the fridge, and I would just have it with a little bit of cheese. But I'm telling you, It's fucking good.
Very good.
When you say I'm
I
fucking
just-
starving, I'm picturing Chris Farley in that skit.
Right. Leave
Adam
me
Sandler.
alone. I'm starving
I'm
at the Gap.
starving.
Right. All right, everyone. Hey, listen, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I want to thank everyone who helped me hit 20,000 subs. I want to thank everyone that requests songs and tips me for doing it, which is nobody. So thank you, nobody. Thank you. I might do a rant and rave soon about it so they can see it. What else is going on? Next week, I have another lesson coming out. Wow, 3 weeks in a row, folks. What will you do? What will you do? And then the following week, I already have a lesson already done. So that's going to be 4 weeks in a row. Holy shit, you'd think I actually like this. Yeah. I'm going to go enjoy a cigar. Do you have a gas stove, Joe?
Electric.
Oh, because you could light it off a
Please.
gas stove. I'm just saying you could light your cigar off.
No, I know. But look,
Yeah.
Dave, you got no tabs, you got no backing track, and that's not how they play it on the album.
That's right. That's right. Oh, no, my other favorite thing is when somebody corrects me, which on this video, I even said right away. So the chord, when I heard the song Nights Are Forever, I'm like, I could hear it. And I'm like, okay, there's an E. Okay, there's the 4 minor 6. So it's an A minor 6. I'm like, okay. And then I go to play it and I'm like, oh, it's actually voiced like this, like almost like a C flat 5, whatever. It's the same chord. But I'm like, well, in my head, I hear the chord as the 4 minor 6. So I'm like, I'm just going to call the chord an A minor 6 over E. And don't tell me what you would call the chord, especially like I get kids that go to music school in my comments and they're like, that actually is acting like the 2 chord in the song, which then goes to a 2-5-1. Yeah, it's not. Okay. It's not. I'm calling it how I hear it. I don't care about your music school, what you think you just figured out. Because like how like when someone goes to school and they learn something, all of a sudden that's the absolute truth. Then they get out of school and they're like, well, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I shouldn't have tied myself to that tree. Anyways, yeah, so that was my other. I didn't even know where I was
cemented myself in a barrel.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I don't know if that was a good I don't know if it was a good idea to throw paint on that priceless painting to say no oil. Here's my thing. I love these people that want to stop oil. We should all have electric cars. How are you going to make tires without petroleum?
Yeah.
How
Anything.
do you make what are you going to have it on? How are you going to make the plastic that's in the car without petroleum? I'd love to see that car you drive. How are you going to fucking charge the car without coal? Let's get one of those windmills. Let's see how much electricity it produces. You people will be walking everywhere.
Flintstones. Those kids have all seen the Flintstones. They know how.
Exactly. Yeah, but in the Flintstones, at least Fred was eating a Brontosaurus burger. I'm telling you right now, everybody, plants are killing you. They're trying to kill you. There's a video on YouTube called Plants Are Trying to Kill You. It's a doctor giving a lecture on plants and the toxins that are in vegetables and how it's very interesting. It's very good.
Little Shop of Horrors.
It's good. It's good. But anyways, they're trying to kill you. They're all. In fact, my brother said he was in LA earlier today and he was attacked by Venus flytrap. That's terrible. He was his joke. RL, if you're watching, you know I just stole your joke. All right. Yeah. Anyways, everyone, I want to thank you all for hanging out. Thank you again for 20,000. And let me get the outro going. All right, guys. Very good. We good?
Congratulations.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Very good.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.
Goodbye.